Good evening, everyone. I'm just here to do just this a special video to give us the Naira perspective uh, of what is going to happen to Naira, and for those who are spending and whose economy is denominated in Naira and you're spending it in Naira. uh, you need to know this so that you know how to plan and how to organize yourself. Um, Oftentimes, we don't really understand what Forex is. Forex is not just uh, about we are trading currencies and all of that. Just like we talk about the stocks exchange and we talk about Forex, all of these things are actually uh, well, you know, analyzed uh, in such a way that or they are more or less depicted graphically in such a way that when you are able to understand and see it, you are well equipped and well informed. Stock exchange, we know what it's all about, and we know what also Forex is all about. A few does not know, and this thing does not work on gamble. It works on knowledge. Uh, you know, the global economy has gone digital, and there is an electronic computations to how to read the mood of major participants and the retailers like me and yourself. uh and when we say that who are the movers of the market, we call them the big boys. The big boys does not refer to a particular person that has big money that move the market. No, we are talking of what a financial institution, you know, they are the powers that be that actually decide this is when we want to buy, this is when we want to sell, this is when we want to invest into this and into that. So when you are talking of all these big boys in quote or the financial institutions, we are talking of the CBN of every country, how they uh, play a major role in stabilizing their economy and what they have to do in terms of their own demand and supply policies that they churn out to better their economy. So it's in terms of we are exporting, we are importing. All these policies are well controlled by the CBN of every central bank of every country. In Nigeria, we call it the CBN, which is Central Bank of Nigeria. In US, it's Central Bank of US, and then in England, Central Bank of England, and all of that. So then the edgers are also part of you know these big boys. All of them together, you know, they are part of the financial institutions that actually control the mood of the global markets, and the mood is captured graphically. So the mood is captured graphically. So when you know how to read this mood, you can project safely to know this is where what is going to happen to a particular currency in 10 years and 5 years. Then in near times or immediate times, you can tell what is going to happen. So now the structure and wave is first identified by a person that we call Elliot. And Elliot has to put them into, you know, two categories of waves that we can see, the corrective and the motive wave. And the motive wave is when you have a movement of a wave in 5 waves format, and which is an A, 1, 2, a 3, and a 4. And this is what we are seeing now. And the corrective format is actually 3 waves, and That's the way Elliot has seen it. So Elliot sees the wave two and wave four of the motive wave as corrective three waves pattern, which on any other time frame you can actually spot and dig down. That's what probably we can say. And most of the trading, time is usually spent on correcting. It's usually spent on correcting. If you have, for instance, this is dollar against naira. Dollar is on the left, your naira is on the right. So it means that what is on the left wants to buy. So that is why dollar is pushing up and destroying naira. So it's pushing up, and the naira is on the left. When naira gains, then it wants to push down the price. That is what it's all about. So, like in this case, naira gains to push down the price. Now, presently, naira is pushing down the price, trying to push down on the dollar. So the movement of currencies and the power is like when two people are fighting. When two people are fighting, one is at a lesser power than the other. There are moments that the one that has greater power will win. And you cannot continue to beat and beat. You might want to rest in between. And when you are resting in between to conserve your energy, the one that has been beaten, can come and do as if he's winning you. When he's winning you, probably is dragging you a bit on the opposite direction of your movement. But when you come up again, you overpower, you pull. So at the end of the day, the net dragging is towards the person that has the upper hand. So, and the momentum is going to swing, in that direction. So, and that is why the dollar is gaining, because the momentum is swinging in the direction of the dollar, or movement up and down, up and down, up and down. So you are shifting grounds and you are, going up on the dollar. And that is where we find ourselves, because our economy is actually weak or weaker than the dollar. And to strengthen it, the CBN has to do a whole lot to strengthen that. I'm just giving you a background to what I'm trying to say and how we see these things that is in front of us. So this is a graphical demonstration of the interplay between naira and dollar since here 1998. 1998 is a long time to date, which is March, which is this month, 2024. So, and what do I see here? I want us to know so that what to expect. I can see this thing in 5 waves. When it started from here, that's wave 1. Usually it takes time. It drags and drags, and we have wave 1, and probably this is maybe the A, because we've won, maybe this is A, B, C of wave 1 here, and we are seeing beginning of wave 2. Oh, sorry, okay, sorry, A, B, okay, this is wave 1 at this point, at this height. Then we have a correction here, a small correction here to depict a wave 2, and the movement here is the early part of wave 3. And last year, when our government got there and they didn't know what to do, within 9 months, it pushed up voraciously to this point of the height of wave 3. So getting to wave 3, after wave 3, and we are seeing this big push, it can only be a wave 4. So we are seeing this as a wave 4, and we know where wave 4 can be. And after wave 4, price is going to go up again and break this top to give us a wave 5. And after that wave 5, we are going to see a bigger ABC correction, which is 3-wave correction, a bigger correction, probably to almost half of the distance of this. If we look at pound also, pound naira. If we look at British pound naira, is the same thing that has played out. It's not only dollar. Nigerian economy has not been doing well. Maybe we wouldn't have performed so badly if for how many years, this also from 2007 till date. So if for many years we were more or less dragging on an horizontal, pedestrian until this last year, around May, June last year, that the CBN didn't know what to do about Naira, and they left Naira collapsing. Well, a whole lot is being said about what they ought to do, and they're not doing their subsidy and subsidizing their own pockets and all of that. And when they're supposed to have used the money to run the economy, to produce, so that we are producing and all of that. So the damage has been done, and the only thing they can do now is to see how they can cushion the Fed and how they can bring it down. So, but even in attempt to bring it down, uh, is not uh, is not, it doesn't work by wish or by your prayer. Prayer does not work here. When you have left yourself to be damaged, then you have to face the consequence and see what you can do out of it. So let's go and let's go and tell you, let me tell you what I can see here in terms of forecast and how to prepare yourself for what is happening. So I'll be bringing my drawing for you to see. So now, this line, which is at the beginning, it's the beginning of with one, that's the zero level. And this one, it's where we have presently at the top here. So the price got here. So this area here is like a wave two. This area is like a wave two. I may just put that in a dotted line. That's the wave two. So wave one, the wave two, then right to where we are right now is wave three. So, and we know that wave three, can, if I go inside of a daily time frame, let me go inside of a daily time frame so that you can see very well. So wave two corrected around 111, 112 naira, and wave one ended around 345 naira, and before we went up sharply. And now it got up to like 1,630 or 131 before we begin to see correction. So in times to correct with four, and we know wave four can be at 14 point something percent to 23%, and the 38.5% is the least. So if price is able to correct, the least correction will be around this green area. If price is able to pull more, probably will get here. And if Naira tries and the CBN policies and all of that tries, the best they can get is to come to this dotted red line. So what I see here in terms of trying to project, if I go now, if we are going to do a major correction that we come to this yellow line, then the price would have to cross not only this blue line, we will have to cross this green line. So once we cross this green line to the downside, we cannot begin to tell ourselves what we want to do is that we want to really come down to get to this point. This is going to take years to get to. It's going to take years. So I will set that. Let me go again on the weekly. On that weekly time frame, so what we are saying that if we have our policy in the right place by the CBN, then the dollar would fall beyond what it is now, because at last Friday, it got to 1,409, and now it has bounced up back to about 1,450 or 1,447. That's where it has bounced back to. So it's still correcting, and we may be lucky to push it down again to around 1,267, 1,267. But whatever we do and we know how to do, Naira can not fall below 1,050. So 1,050 will be the dead area that probably will see the dollar correcting to if we get our act right. And after we get to this point of 1,050, dollar is going to gain strength again and go up. And in trying to go up, dollar is going to go up and walk around this area, and the dollar is going to go and gain value to around between 1,852 to about 2,000 area. So that is what is going to play out after, this gain that we're going to have. You take it or leave it. That is what is going to happen. Take it or leave it. We are able to read the mood of the market. This is the global market. We're able to read the mood and know what is going to happen. So if dollar is going to push and price, the naira is going to gain value and correct. The most we can have is around 1,050. So if you want me to give you updates and to know when you cannot begin to invest and buy dollar again, I will tell you. If you want me to tell you, you can indicate once you watch this video. But for now, maybe in the next 2-3 weeks, we may be able to push down to this point. If we don't turn up, once if we don't break blue or red line and we break this pitch line again, we are not coming down again. So that means the correction is done and they cannot do more to push price to this area. So it's not a must that the price must reach 1,267 or 1,050, but these are potential areas that price can reach. And but if the price fails to reach and test those areas, then it's going to break up again and visit this area. And if it's so weak to a point that it cannot test this blue line and the red line, that means our economy is not even trying. So according to the wave that I'm seeing, if our economy is trying, it should not only test this green, it should test the blue and test this red line. So if it's able to do that, then you can begin to have small faith in Nigerian economy that I think they are doing well and they are trying to bounce back. But this is not going to come to 800 now. It's not going to come to 400 now. It should bounce back up to 1,008 area or 2,000. And after that, then because bouncing up again might take 6 months or close to 1 year, and before we now begin to have it, so at this point it's going to gain a whole lot of strength to come down to around 1,020 or 800. That might take 3 to 5 years to play out to come to this area, which means that if we do well around this area now, then we can now begin to say that, oh, we are going to in future push price down to around 800. Coming here, it will take about 3 to 5 years to do that. But for now, immediately the best we can get in this season is 1,050 before we go back to 2,000 or more on dollar. Now on pounds, naira. On pounds naira, the same format. If this is wave 1 and wave 2 area, and the green, the blue, and the red area, these are the areas we expect pounds to test. So if price can push pound down, but I think naira is doing well in that regard to force pound to the downside. If I go on the daily now, so we can see that the price had crossed the green line. So the next destination is to come to this blue. If you're able to break below this blue line, then we will go up one more time, then come down sharply to test this area. So the best price we can get to negotiate pounds into, it's around 1,450 area. So we might be able to achieve that. Price had fallen below 1,840 to around 1,825 before bouncing up back. But I think all those zigzag movement will continue to go. Price eventually will hit this area. If you want, I might be able to tell you when we are going to have the wave to actually hit this area. If you're going to hit this area, then we can tell you when to begin to invest and buy your pounds again. After you buy your pounds, just like in dollar, it might appreciate and go up again. So if it's going to go up again, then we should expect it around around 2,300 to 2,500. So pounds may get to that, and after that, we may see it crash again if we do well here within this zone now. So and it goes up again, we may see it come down to test around 1,300 and 1,050 area later, maybe in another 3 to 5 years. That is what I just want to show us here on this Naira currency. So you must know the season that we are in and how to prepare yourself for what is, you have to brace up for what is going to happen. So that is what is going to happen. Price will fall for now, and the best we can get is 1,450 before we lose grip again. And after losing grip again, I will break this top, then we can now begin to see how we correct, how we move to the upside to come down to this level again. So with that said, I'm going to close here, and you can watch this video over and over and to see if what we have said will play out or not. Bye for now.